Yeah, so hello everyone. Welcome back to the BTS channel. So it's been a while, about 11 months since we last met. But yeah, now we are back with a new guest. So today we have Dhruvi with us, Dhruvi Mehta, who is a release and build engineer at FinOpsly. So I interacted with Dhruvi first when they were looking for an observability solution in their past company. So they were having a POC with middleware. So that's the time when we interacted shortly on Zoom 1 or 2 times. And then I recall like last December, we were having like KubeCon Delhi. So alongside KubeCon Delhi, we were having a small happy hour gathering where we invited Dhruvi and the team like Saharsh as well. So that was, I think, another short interaction that we had. But after that, like we haven't been in touch. Then skipping a few months, like somewhere in September or October this year, Dhruvi posted about how she was able to create a Kubernetes dashboard using Grafana to help users to, save their resources and at the end, like save some cost over there. So that is when I decided to like approach Dhruvi for this particular podcast. So yeah, Dhruvi was in agreement to join here, but we had to make multiple appointments to get her a time. But yeah, finally we are here. So yeah, Dhruvi, would you like to add something on top of it?
Yeah, we have been trying to make this episode happen for ages. Either I was drowning in work or I fell sick, or you were hopping around airports for your work trips. But yeah, they finally pulled it off.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so finally we are here and we will get to know a lot about how Dhruvi get into the tech field, how she is working and her in her day-to-day responsibilities, like what is her strong points. Like we will get to learn a few things from her. So if we start from the very beginning, Dhruvi, so if you can tell us, like that's how we mostly go, like that's the drill. So if you can tell us how you actually got into the coding or tech field itself in the very early phase of your life, like during your school time or your college time, when did you decide that I want to be a IT engineer or someone in the tech field?
I got introduced to C languages and all those basic languages in the 10th standard itself. So
Hmm.
that was like Hello World was the first program that I wrote basically.
Hmm.
And I thought like this is so simple and very excited. We can print out all those stuff here. We can change the color of text and everything. And that was pretty interesting back in the
Hmm.
school. Then I got into a diploma. I
Hmm.
studied diploma in Rajkot. The college time was very good, but I do not have much good experience with the city itself. I
Hmm.
don't. I am. There are no reasons, but yeah, Rajkot and probably Maya, the Shani and Rahu Ketus doesn't match. Probably, I'm not sure what
Hmm.
happened. But then I got into my bachelor's. That is in a
Hmm.
Patan. Siddhapur Patan is close to. It's in the north Gujarat. It's close to
Hmm.
Ahmedabad, 100 kilometers from Ahmedabad,
Hmm.
and that was like one of the good exposure to the actual computer science. And I had a
Hmm.
pretty good academic career on the college duration. And second last year and final year, COVID happened, and we all was kind of working, studying from home. That was like work
Hmm.
from home, but studying from home back then.
Correct.
And then I thought, like, why just sit and attend all the lectures for just the purpose of attendance? I
Mhm,
wanted to kind of start an internship, and that at that time, internshala was like a huge thing between or
mhm,
to amongst all the collegians. So I applied kind of for a couple of internships, and I got into one internship also. So basically, I
mhm,
started as a web developer. I worked with PHP, I worked with Django, Python, and then data engineering. Finally, I thought that it's something that I'm really interested into, because Python was like the go-to language back then, and
mhm,
it was very simple to learn also, and it kind of was solving problems in every aspects, whether it web or data engineering or visualization and everything for the data
Mhm.
perspective, right? So
Correct.
I've got into the data engineering. That's where also I've joined Silance. That's my first real company, if we are not considering internship. And I
Mhm.
met one of the few and the greatest relationships that I've ever made. My mentor till date is a Nikhil Shah.
Mhm.
I worked under him and I got to learn so many things with him, working alongside with him, and he kind of gave me a little bit of direction towards DevOps. So I started at Silant as data engineering only, but there were not any DevOps people over there, and
Mhm.
there was a time that we required someone to work with clouds, Kubernetes, or someone to scale our systems or infrastructure.
Mhm.
So, and that also kind of got I was kind of inclined towards that, so picked DevOps during that time. So yeah, I did not start out planning to be a DevOps engineer, but I
Mhm.
started on the website building small projects, learning how things break, and then realizing how much happens behind the scenes of any working product, right? And
Mhm.
once I moved into DevOps, like things clicked. I liked seeing the full picture. I liked being responsible for the parts people usually ignore until they catch fire, right? So yeah,
Mhm.
my time at
Right.
Silance was where I really grew up as an engineer. I took on
Mhm.
Terraform, Jenkins, Kubernetes, multi-cloud setups, monitoring stacks, all the things that teach you the meaning of scale and responsibility.
Mhm. So does it feel like sometimes like it is pretty much heavy responsibility to like keep things running, or is it like a fun activity for you?
Yeah, no, it initially it was not fun at all because people will like. I mean, I became the person people trusted when something had to be fixed fast and fixed right.
Okay.
So it's like a responsibility. It's not like a 10 to 7 job at 2 a.m.
Mhm.
because our client is generally across the world, across the globe, right? So 2 a.m. in our time, random time we get a call that production broke, and yeah, I'll have to
Mhm.
just, I mean, not think of anything else and just get into the work mode and to fix
Mhm.
everything that has been happening.
Understood. So, like, what is your role in your current company? Like, what do you like as a release and build engineer? Like, what is your day-to-day responsibility?
Yep. So now at FinOpsly, my focus is on release strategies and infrastructure that teams can rely on. Basically, blue, green, canary, automated rollback, proper change management, and building guardrails. So basically, a developer can ship their code without any fear. And it's where
Mhm.
everything I learned finally came together. It's a role that mixes architecture, reliability, and leadership.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Understood.
so
So, like for our audience, like who is seeing this video, if you can give a little bit of detail about what is actually types of deployment, like this blue-green deployment and the canary deployment, and like when it makes sense as a DevOps to like pick one of those. So maybe
yeah.
like taking advantage of your expertise, like maybe through this video we can also share these details as well.
Yeah, sure. So basically, if your product has a lot of users and you don't want any downtime for those users, so
Mhm.
you kind of choose a different deployment rollback strategies for the deployments for the production specifically. So when I say blue green, that means there has to be two types of server availables, blue and green. So when things are completely running fine in blue, and when you
Mhm.
are trying to ship something, you'll be pushing that changes to another environment called green. So blue is your
Mhm.
stable environment, you are pushing that to green environment. Now green environment will be tested thoroughly by testers or by the team, internal team, or by your specific type of users. Now everything is
Mhm.
stable on the green, we'll smoothly shift all our traffic to that green environment, which will
Mhm.
reflect all the latest changes that we are trying to ship for that customer, right? And
Mhm.
now the blue will be like a less used environment, and it will be kind of available to only us. It will be not on the production. Now green will be production. Vice versa, when we are trying to shift new features, then we'll have to shift the traffic from this environment.
Mm.
Now,
Okay.
when I say Canary deployment, that means few percentages of traffic we want to shift to certain customers, and certain customers we don't want to release some sort of features yet. So what we do is, for example, we have 100% of traffic running in one server. We'll gradually
Mm.
shift 20% of traffic to this server, then 40% of traffic to this server, 60-80, and that's how we kind of completely shift certain traffic from here to there. So if some things break and faces some sort of different downtime, all of the users won't affect by that. Some certain percentage of the users only be affected by that environment. So this is how a different strategies works.
Understood. Like we also have like a pretty good DevOps team. Like my seniors mostly take care of it. I mostly get involved in case like someone is absent from the DevOps team. So that's when we take care of the things. Like we just know the one side of the things, but every day I can see that how they are making sure that everything is up and running. So yeah, kudos to all the DevOps guys out there making this happen. I wanted to know one more thing, like we got started on your role and everything, but if you would like to share like what FinOpsly do as a product itself, like what FinOpsly is about.
Yeah. So my habit is that I keep looking to a good forums or LinkedIn's, for example, to check that what's happening around the world, what's happening in this domain or that
Hmm.
domain. And I came across Finopsly, and it really kind of touched my brain cell. I don't know what happened, and I thought the Finopsly, the product is really good, and
Hmm.
I learned about this thing. And a few days later, I saw their LinkedIn this job listing, and I saw that they are
Hmm.
hiring the DevOps and release engineer, lead
Hmm.
engineer. So that's when I applied, and fortunately I got selected. I got selected also, and that was
Hmm.
a huge change also for me. I always worked from home, from Ahmedabad, my house, and I had to shift to Bangalore, which is hell expensive.
Hmm.
And the traffic sucks. But yeah, I but for the product, for the sake of the product, I joined the
Hmm.
Finopsly. Now coming back to the actual question, what Finopsly do? So
Hmm.
Finopsly helps companies, enterprises at a big scale to
Hmm.
save their cost through AI,
Hmm.
and we give them recommendations. We On their behalf, we take an actions also to perform some sort of actions to save their cloud cost, and we support multiple clouds, multiple data providers, AWS, Azure, GCP, Snowflake, Databricks, etc.
Hmm.
That's what Finopsly exactly do. They help enterprises to save cost on their cloud bills.
Understood.
Because I'm a personally DevOps engineer, and I have seen people spending millions of dollars, and they are not even sure that where they are spending. They
Hmm.
do not. Uh, they don't know about right sizing. Even if they need micro instances, they are spending tons of money on medium instances. Similar goes to
Hmm.
databases, all sorts of server, the traffic patterns, the load balancers, and everything. They spend lots of money without realizing that specific amount or the size is required or not. So that's when realistic recommendations, Finopsly gives that to their customers.
Understood, understood. So, like, I was thinking that when you said that you are having a hybrid setup at FinOpsly, so I was thinking that you are currently working from Ahmedabad and then you travel time to time to Bangalore, but that's the other way, right? So you are staying in Bangalore, but you mostly work from home and then you reach to office, going through that heavy traffic to your office in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, so it's like 3 days working from office. I
Mhm.
go on Monday and I reach by Wednesday because
Okay,
of traffic. Kidding,
yeah,
but
that's
yeah,
true.
that's the Bangalore traffic. That's how it works.
Bangalore is that is the heaviest traffic I have ever seen. Like for the events, like we travel to like Mumbai, Delhi, and Bangalore. So when we were supposed to go Bangalore for the first time for some company events. I was pretty much excited because since my childhood, I have always heard that like Bangalore is the tech hub of India,
Yeah.
and I was like seeing it as a pretty good opportunity to go over there. But after going there one time, and now I always like try to avoid due to the traffic. But obviously the tech community is so good, and people are so passionate over there that pretty much overcomes the traffic and or any other hurdles. And to balance it out, like you guys have a nice weather in Bangalore, so that is
Yeah,
a good
that's
counter
the
argument.
that's the only thing Bangalore has to offer is a good weather. It's like really really good weather in all of the seasons.
Sure. We will also mostly visit Bangalore again. Like we mostly visit it every 3 or 4 months. So maybe next month we will be hosting some round table thing over there. So yeah, definitely maybe we will catch up. Another thing when you were talking about the FinOpsly, I realized like how you got into the FinOpsly part. So if you can share a bit about how your interview experiences have been in all of your past companies, like has it been always easier or you go through like what I have seen is many people go through some theoretical practice first, then they prepare the practicals. But again, like for the DevOps, like the preparation will be I think a bit different compared to how development goes. So if you can tell a bit about that, like how your interviews went in the past.
Yeah. So, if we talk about the recent interview at FinOpsly, so it
Hmm.
was, of course, a multi-round interview. Now,
Hmm.
the FinOpsly did not have a dedicated person, DevOps person, in the team at that time. So
Hmm.
they have kind of contracted a person for a brief amount of period to
Hmm.
guide the teammates on how to follow the best practices, and he only took 2 to 3 rounds of interview of mine. Then there is Latika. Latika, she's been in US for the past 30 to 40 years. And
Hmm.
yeah, she is a very good leader, I would say. She's a very good
Hmm.
leader. And uh, my first conversation was with Latika herself. So we kind of talked about the problem they are solving. I mean, that's what I usually start talking about, the product
Hmm.
itself. The second, my question was if they have raised money, they have the real customers or not. And
Hmm.
we talked about all those things. And then the initial conversation went well for both of us. And then there were 3 to 4 rounds of the technical interviews, and they
Hmm.
usually ask about uh, the scaling and the infrastructure capabilities and the rules or the best practices that you put for the team for the betterment of our product.
Hmm.
So that's what they ask usually.
Understood. So have you ever been like nervous during these interviews? Like, is it going to happen, or like you are mostly like I have seen some of my colleagues who used to work with me in the past company, and some of them are like pretty chill that I am just doing this for experience, like the interviews, and if it doesn't work out, that's fine. And behind the scenes, I'm like, you are like obviously like you are nervous. So like, what was the scene with you?
I used to be the same that friend of yours
Hmm.
back then. Before I mean, yeah, 3, 4 years ago, I used to be the same person. When I
Hmm.
appeared for the interview, if it goes well, I'll proudly say that yeah, it went really well, and I kind of inclined towards this positive response.
Hmm.
If it didn't go well, I would say I anyway appeared for the experience. I'm not
Right.
much bothered by the result, even if it's positive or negative. I'm not much bothered about that. But yeah, deeply
Mhm.
in some corner of your heart, you realize that yeah, it did hurt.
Correct. Yeah. I
But
have
right
like always
now the
been
things, yeah,
yeah,
go
please
ahead.
go ahead.
Yeah, but right now the things have been changed. We are more experienced. I'm more experienced, so we in that case more experience and more confidence is there. So Right now,
Mhm.
it's not the case. But even if now, if you see, there are plenty of layoffs has been happening, so that is
Correct.
also concerning. So, job openings are also kind of decreased compared to last 2 to 3 years.
Mhm. Yeah, switching is not easier these days. People are having now 2, 3 months of gap, like whenever they plan to switch. So yeah, it's been at some tough times. Maybe due to also a lot of automations that came into the picture. Like we'll also come over there in a bit. Yeah, I was just saying that I have always been a result-oriented person. So from the schooling itself, even if I'm giving an exam, it's like a do or die situation for me that I should be doing better than this, better than this. And same for interview, but luckily I haven't given an interview since last 5 years because the last interview, yeah, the first interview I gave after my college graduation, like for the on-campus placement. So then I got into this company called Stribo, which is in Ahmedabad. They were having like some 6 months internship which I obviously broke in between, like after 3 months, and I came into a company called Acquire.io. And from then, like in Acquire.io, I gave my second interview, which was my last one, because over there I worked for 2, 3 years, and the same company also decided to build a new product, which is this middleware. So I have been with the same team for like more than 5, 6 years now. So luckily, I haven't given any interviews. Mostly, they have interviewed me based on my regular performance, like how I have worked in the Acquire.io. So based on that, like they've been generous, and now I am here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you are one
Uh,
of the, I guess, founding engineer of, right?
Yeah, we were here from the I would say day zero when even when we like planned out the whole product. So our founder Laduram Bishnoi, he came to Rajasthan specifically after 10 years of his being in London and US. So he came specifically to Sanchor, which is his hometown, and he invited all of us over there. And at his home, like we designed the whole product, like this is how product is going to be, and then it worked out.
Yeah,
So
I've
so yeah,
also,
coming back to.
by the way,
Mhm.
how was, yeah, yeah. How was your US trip? I saw a few photos and you look like you were living your best life.
US is my like people are surprised, but that was my first outside India trip. So usually people go from India to Nepal first, then they go to Bangladesh or something, and then they go to USA. But like I have always been a less of a like a travel hungry person. So but luckily due to work, like I got to travel Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, everywhere, and suddenly like this start of this year we decided to just apply for the visa just for the sake of like maybe in the future we might visit USA. So we applied. We thought like it might take us like 1 or 2 trials to make it work, but luckily on the first go, me and some of my colleagues got it. Unluckily, like some of the colleagues could not get it the first time. Like we will do some trials to send them over to our SF office. But yeah, it worked out, and yeah, on the November first week we went over there. The goal was just to like visit KubeCon North America. We had a booth over there, so we wanted to like market our product because there we will have a pretty good visibility. Like there were about 6K, 7K people who were attending the event. So that was the goal, but that was I would say just the excuse to go over there, and then our founder took the opportunity to like show us the full of USA. Like we went to Lake Tahoe, we went to Vegas, so and a lot of activity we planned out. Like as you obviously know, like I had to write a whole blog about it because I get tired if I say the same story to different people. So I ended up writing something. So I'll also put it in the link somewhere over here, so people can get a idea like what it was like. But I would say the people are same as Bangalore and Mumbai. Like people are pretty passionate over there, so much disciplined, so much focused on the work. So that's why like I always wondered like what is there in the Silicon Valley that every startup over there is making so much progress. But that's the attitude that people there having over there. So I think that works well.
I agree. I my first international trip was to Japan this year
Mm-hmm.
only, June,
Mm-hmm.
on the June 2025,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed the same thing about the people. They are very disciplined. They are very ethical, and they have so much of civic sense that I think,
Mm-hmm.
compared to all of these people, our Indian people a bit of lacks that kind of qualities because,
Correct.
uh, yeah, it's probably the way we have all grew up, or the way we have
Mm-hmm.
seen people around us. I mean, I'm not sure, but yeah, those people are very disciplined. They have like genuine civic sense that makes
Mm-hmm.
that city. I went to Tokyo, so that
Mm-hmm.
the whole country, basically the Japan, and the all of those stuff that has happened in World War II to cut to 2025, the progress that they have made is like tremendous.
Yeah, correct. And like I would say, like once we go out to these kind of countries and come back, like that's when we realize that this particular gap. Like when you travel within India, this does not like show up so much. But when you visit something like that, like even when I just see the roads and how people are behaving nicely on the roads in the traffic, so that's when I realize, okay, I have to go back and I have to maintain this particular attitude in my country as well. And I hope that I can convey the same thing to my friends, my colleagues, and they can also do the same thing. But like we were discussing about the same thing with one of my colleagues, like we will do this, we will implement these kind of things in India, and they said that if you stand away like 2 feet away from a car, people behind you will honk so much that you will forget all the rules that you have in mind, and you will just
I
follow.
agree.
The,
I agree, and we all have been through that. So,
yeah,
uh,
yeah, but definitely a lot of things to learn from there. But yeah, coming back to you, like I would like to know that you completed your graduation in 2020, right? So it's been like about 5 to 6 years as a like DevOps engineer or working in the tech field. So what is the difference that you see in your work style, especially after the all the AI tools that have came into picture? Like a lot of things are automated, cursor ID, ChatGPT, whatnot. So do you think any shift in your work style, what you have been doing and what you do now?
yeah, a lot of things. I would talk about the positive things first.
Hmm.
Earlier, we had just, I think, two things to go to: Stack Overflow and Reddit, and they have been
Hmm.
our like rock solid partners to solve our all production fixes. Now
Correct.
there are plenty of AIs. We can use it through simple prompts, and even we can integrate to our code editor, VS Code or JetBeans, whatever they are. We
Hmm.
can integrate to that, and we can utilize their best capabilities through just few words, right? And
Hmm.
I mean, it is good when it helps you boost your productivity, but if it like fails you as an engineer if you are too dependent on the AI. It should
Hmm.
not take away your thinking capability, right? You should
Hmm.
think about,
Correct.
you have your mind. AI is made by humans, and those humans had a mind, right? So basically you should think by yourself. It should help you kind of solve things pretty fast or pretty quick, but yeah, it should not take away the ability of actually solving the problem.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Just 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so do you think like in the upcoming days, like how we should be careful while using this AI tool to make sure that we are still employed and we are having the the best out of we can take the best out of ourselves. Like what are the skills that people should be focusing on? Because like earlier people were used to learn languages and tech stacks, frameworks and everything, but now those things are taken by AI. Like you don't have to learn syntactical things, I would say. So what do you think should be the new things that people should be focusing on from the knowledge perspective?
So it's about the creative thinking. Even
Mm-hmm.
if we talk about the engineer perspective, a good engineer will always find some problems in a really good stable product also. So even if
Mm-hmm.
everything is good, he or she'll still find some area to improve it, to kind of to get that one viral feature to build on, that all the customers or the audience will stuck onto that product, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
think that capability is hopefully is not provided by AI yet. And also one more thing is, even if we are using AI, a lot of people doesn't know how to use the AI properly. So
Mm-hmm.
they just keep asking random and like nonsense questions to
Like a
ChatGPT.
Google search. Yeah.
Yeah, like a Google search, exactly. And I think the recent a blog or some forum I have read about that ChatGPT is kind of has leaked some of the data or something, that I'm not sure is like accurate, or the
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the source right now, but I did read it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, you don't need to be personal with ChatGPT. It's a machine. You
Correct.
use it for your work, for your kind of like real problems to solve it, instead of like
Mm-hmm.
having it as your companion. We have a lot of, probably over 8 billion people in the world. We should stick to humans first.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. And also like for me also, like AI has also taken over some of the good things from me. For example, I was also obsessed with the Stack Overflow score that I was having. So so there was one particular question in my Stack Overflow account which took off with pretty well. Like that was something about, I asked two people like what is the difference between like .js files and .mjs files, and somehow that question took so well. Like I got about like 2000 points in Stack Overflow, and after that like I got a good motivation to be active on Stack Overflow. So they also have points to be active throughout the week on the platform and asking new questions, answering the existing questions. So I was interacting in all the possible ways. And if you see today, like there is no values of that particular Stack Overflow scores. And even if I log in sometime accidentally, so it looks like it's like a Sunsan place, like no one is visiting this
Roaming
anymore.
around.
Similar to like Wikipedia, like uh, a few months back, like Wikipedia was also asking to people for like doing some donations so they
Don't.
can at least keep things working. So like it takes away some of the nostalgia from you, obviously. But yeah, I think that's the way forward. So you will have to learn to
Love.
move ahead with the AI portions. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. So coming on to your work on the FinOpsly, right? So you guys also help your customers to like optimize their infrastructure from the cost perspective, from the resource perspective. So do you do it as a expert, like do you provide your expertise as a human to help them, or FinOpsly as a product helps them to do all those things, like how the journey works for the any FinOpsly client?
Yeah, so FinOpsly as a product, it works as a tool to help
Mm-hmm.
them save the cost. Now we have kind of 2 to 3 major uh, tools and services. They are built in, and probably we're gonna make it them a standalone very soon, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
But they are through 2 or 3 tools are like completely non AI native, and 2 or 3
Mm-hmm.
are like, we have a Copilot, then we have a Caustics, then we have FI Chat, and all of these they
Mm-hmm.
are purely AI based, because people do wanna ask questions, like ChatGPT view. They do wanna ask questions, right? That why my EC2 cost went up that particular day. So that kind of
Mm-hmm.
questions, they would want that something like ChatGPT for them. If it's there, then it will be very helpful for them. So we have those kind of tools also are inbuilt with with FinOpsly. Now, on the onboarding part, we onboard our customers, and then
Mm-hmm.
we have uh, basically a good number of hierarchy over the business units and all of those. And
Mhm.
we link their accounts, depends on which CSP they are integrating, AWS, Azure, or all of those, and we give them
Mhm.
recommendations. We support all of the services available in all the CSPs out there. And we have our caustics, which will caustics and copilot is basically like action taken. Now the thing is, one thing is uh, like kind of getting the information and showing them in the dashboard that this is your savings opportunity where you can save it. And now the same thing AWS also provides through their cost optimization, right? Now what is the
Mhm.
new thing that we are doing is we are kind of giving them the deep analysis on where exactly and how exactly they can save their cost. Second thing,
Mhm.
we create Jira tickets for them also if they agree,
Mhm.
if they want that this has been recommended but nobody is taking up in our team to reduce it. So we have kind of integrated Jira and all those ticketing tools also to create the
Mhm.
tickets for them. And there is this Caustics and Copilot also, which will help, which will basically text and actions directly in their environment. For example, if their snapshots are 3 or 4 years old and they haven't cleaned it up and it's kind of costing you so much, then
Mhm.
then our tools can basically take an actions on behalf of them. Either or the large amount of data we can transfer them to one tier to second tier on S3, or we can change the volume types, EBS volume type from GP2 to GP3. So all of those sections we can do directly with of course their permissions. If they'll have to allow this sort of settings if they want us to
Mhm.
directly do those things. But yeah, there are many things I would recommend some of them to go through FinOpsly website and do check the demo.
Yeah, perfect. That's what we do. Like I have also been in I would say 100 plus demo calls now. I lost count. So that's how we start. Like I have been teaming up with my sales guy. So he mostly setups the aura for the whole session, and then whenever the tech part comes in, like he throws me in. Like now you talk about like what we are doing behind the scenes, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, so to do all these things, right, at FinOpsly, like building a product that can help users to give AI insights and everything. So what helps you, like what kind of skills help you to like help FinOpsly be the best cost optimization product? Like what are the skills like, let's say templating skills like Terraform or let's say Kubernetes knowledge or Docker? What particular tech stack helps you in your day-to-day life to make things easier at your FinOps job?
So, our kind of workloads are distributed across multiple CSPs, multiple clouds, right? So,
Hmm.
multi-cloud management skills are there. Then the Kubernetes, of course, and the
Hmm.
basic compute and database management skills has to be there. The release and build and release cycle needs to be there.
Hmm.
And I need to take cab sessions also, so that is also
Hmm.
something that has to be there. And
Hmm.
it's like a pure DevOps and FinOps role. You'll have to have a knowledge on the FinOps domain also because it's all a financial data. We
Hmm.
get all the cost and users data from CSPs, and that's in like huge number of GBs, and that we have to work with those data. And our data engineering pipeline is also very solid.
Hmm. Okay. So do you think like for all of these skills, like the certifications are pretty important, or do you think the daily knowledge or the hands-on experience suffice, or like do you think like certifications are pretty important to like keep your profile up to the mark with the business market?
I think certifications validate your skills. If you have
Hmm.
certification, you don't need to prove that you know these things. Your certification does that for you. So I
Hmm.
would say it's a very good add-on to your profile, to your resume if you have a certifications. But it's
Hmm.
not that if you don't have a certification, you do not know anything.
Mhm.
Sometimes you just don't get enough time to appear for the exam, to prepare for that exam. A lot of people
Mhm.
also kind of prepare a theoretical knowledge and
Mhm.
appear for the exam, and they cleared also, and they do not
Mhm.
have any hands-on experience, still they have the certification. So it works both the way, but I think certification does add the values to your profile.
Mhm. Yeah, makes sense. Like I have been pushing myself to do the CCAD for a while. So I
Yeah.
have already started. Like one of my colleague Neil, he is working closely with all the CNCF groups and GDG groups. So he always shares out those coupons because the exams are pretty costly for all of these certifications. I have started like it's been 3 months and I have just seen like 16 hours of content, specifically on the Kubernetes side. It gets boring when like some of the things came up which I am already doing in my job. So I'm like, okay, I know this. I'll skip this and I'll see someday later. But yeah, the exam is they say like exam is pretty practical, so I better be completing it by March. Like so far, that's when like my credit ends. Otherwise, I'll have to pay the full amount to appear for the exam. So let's see if I can make it. But yeah, for the certification side, like your opinion is pretty neat, I guess. Like the certification does validate like whatever skills you have, but it's not like if you don't have certifications then you know nothing. But then obviously you will have to prove yourself that you know all these things during maybe your interviews or maybe with your personal projects, something like that.
Correct.
Makes sense. So I have been going through your LinkedIn profile, and when I went to the recommendation section, so I saw like most of the people mentioned about your work ethics and how you go an extra mile to like make the product scalable and secure and everything. So my question is like, what motivates you to not just be a minimum person, but also do something passionately for your work? So like, what is your core motivation behind working this passionately?
Yeah. So the thing is that I did not accidentally become the DevOps person. Right? At some
Hmm.
point, it stopped being just work and it turned into something that I genuinely cared about. I
Hmm.
love building systems that just don't fall apart the moment people actually start using them. And I love the challenge of scaling things also. It's the same energy I get from sports. I love cricket, honestly.
Hmm.
So it's the same feeling that I got from working also. The feeling of uh, the feeling of working, adjusting in real time, and keeping my cool even when everything gets chaotic. So, like, if there is a thread that ties everything together, then it's a tech, leadership, product. Then the long
Hmm.
nights, of course, the random fires, and I
Okay.
like making these things dependable. So whether it's platforms with millions of users, or the team that trusts me to keep the ship steady, or even the way I show up for people in my life. So, and I guess that's where my values sit too: build things that
Hmm.
actually work, never stop learning, and stay grounded no matter how big things get.
Hmm.
And the
So
funny
is
part
there
is,
anyone? Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, the funny part is that the work shaped those values as much as I shaped the work. So, when you're spent years keeping high traffic systems alive during peak
Hmm.
madness, you naturally pick up patience, clarity, and weird appreciation for calm.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like kudos for that. And I was asking, like, is there anyone who you see as your inspiration, specifically in the tech field, or maybe outside of the tech field, seeing whom like you decided like this is how like ethical I want to be in my work or in my life. So, is there any person that you that inspires you?
Yeah, so there are three peoples. Three
Hmm.
of them are from different generations and different perspectives. I'll start with the people that I live with, which is my brother, my elder brother, which is 8 years older
Hmm.
than me.
Hmm.
So he is someone that I have been relying on since like forever, and
Hmm.
he's the most patient guy that I have seen in my life. He is the most grounded person, and he believes in keep learning and keep getting better at the things that we do every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even if the value that the work creates is a small or big, no matter the impact is, but you should keep working hard towards that, and that's what I learned from him every day. Now the second
Mm-hmm.
person is Virat Kohli. I am a
Okay.
huge fan of Virat Kohli, not because he is like this generation's best batsman out there, but the
Mm-hmm.
discipline that he follows at the age of 37, 38, I think right now
Mm-hmm.
he's kind of proving every day that why he is the king. And
Mm-hmm.
even if it's related to cricket or not, he kind of make this life a habit. The food, the food that he consumes, and the way he workouts,
Mm-hmm.
and the disciplines basically he have in life is like a real motivation. If we think about like heroes in the TV that we watch, then the Virat
Mm-hmm.
Kohli it is. And then there is I've already mentioned the name before at
Mm-hmm.
the beginning of our conversation. Nikhil Shah is my uh, my kind of go-to person. He's a mentor to me, and he has helped
Mm-hmm.
me a lot to shape my career. He got a lot of projects for me also. Like if I'm bored with this project, or I think that this is not something that I want to do, he'll just sit and say that it's okay. If you don't feel like you doing this, we'll get another project for you. And he really do that. And not or not all most of the people cannot do that at the company level. He is the CEO of the company called Silan System,
Okay.
and his mindset was like very good. He also he traveled to more than 40 countries in 30 years, in the last 30 years. Then he moved to India for the roots, basically where he's coming from, and he wanted to continue to work with his roots, so he kind of founded this company.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my real first company also, and I've learned a lot of things from him.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty like it feels pretty nice to like be like convey our appreciation to all the people that inspires us. So I thought like this might be a good opportunity for you. So like you can make maybe small reels for all of these three people and share it to them. I'm not sure if Virat Kohli will see that, but we can at least try, and he might see that.
Yeah.
So so yeah, I think like most of the core things that I wanted to know that we already covered. I just have some small light-hearted questions just to end the session in a light note. So I'll go on that. Before that, if you have anything from your experience that you would like to share, that that might be helpful to maybe your colleagues, your like people who look up to you, maybe the younger people who are coming into IT field. If you have a note for them, maybe you can share that. And then I just have two, three small light-hearted questions just to keep things pretty light at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in one quote that I have read it somewhere,
Mhm,
and I don't know the author, but it kind of twitched it into something different, and I kind of wrote it down and put it on my wall so I can see it every day. And
mhm,
then like
mhm,
make things stable, make things transparent, and make things better than they were yesterday.
mhm.
So
Okay. And you
yeah,
were saying that you have not prepared for this session, but you know the quote by heart.
Oh, that's a quote that I kind of read every day, so
Mhm.
I had to remember that. But yeah,
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so a few like hypothetical questions. First is if not like a DevOps person, like not if not a release or build engineer, what would you be in tech field first, and then I would also like a second answer outside of the tech field, and why?
Okay, so data engineer in the tech side, because I think
Mm-hmm.
I make pretty good data engineering pipelines, and that works,
Mm-hmm.
that pipelines. So,
Mm-hmm.
so
Proven record. Yeah.
yeah, so that is something that I would probably be doing if not DevOps. And
Mm-hmm.
outside of tech, oh, this is a tricky question.
Mm-hmm.
I what all those things that I'm good at? Actually, nothing.
Yeah. You would like to be a cricketer, so you can maybe.
I Yeah, I do, but there's a funny incident.
Mm-hmm.
At the Diwali vacation, all of me and my siblings, we play cricket a lot of. But after
Mm-hmm.
like 1 or 2 hour, they love to give me a glucose, glucon D or
Okay.
nimbu pani because they think I might fall.
Yeah. So
And
maybe something indoor then.
yeah, I'm very good at chess, by the way. So that is
Mm-hmm.
something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can maybe have a online chess.com session someday. I'm not so good. Like what's your score as of now?
So I do not play online, unfortunately, but I did appear for the chess championship tournament that has happened to
Mm-hmm.
Karnavati club a
Mm-hmm.
few years back.
Okay.
So I did appear for that, and I cleared 2 rounds of that. 3 rounds I was
Mm-hmm.
eliminated because I was event late, and I was
Mm-hmm.
wearing a watch, so I was
Oh,
yeah, I
that
was
was not allowed, is
disqualified.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
But
allowed.
how can you cheat with a watch? Like watch can not help you in any way, can
Yeah, but I don't know the rules. I mean,
it?
you cannot. The rules are very strict. You cannot go to washroom and take more than 5 minutes. There are certain rules
Mm-hmm.
for the championship. But
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you can find a chess tournament in Bangalore, or maybe just come back to Ahmedabad and maybe this time without the watch, so you can go all the way at the end.
Yeah, true.
Okay, no worries. Second question, uh, like you'll be having two options. So like, what superpower would you like to have when you are about to solve an issue in the production? So the first option is, would you like to have unlimited knowledge so that you know everything, how things are working and how you can fix it? Or second, you can have like unlimited time. So like you can take your time, like you can debug things one by one, but like time will not be a constraint. So out of these two, like what would you pick?
Can I choose another option, which is to shut
Okay.
the mouth of stakeholders?
That is pretty opportunist, but yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I would want that.
Mhm. Maybe we will cut this part out whenever any of your colleagues see it, but yeah.
No, no, I'm kidding. You don't need to cut that out. I'll just switch my answer, which is to have the unlimited time.
Okay. No, I think that was the honest answer, because if you have someone like keep pressuring you that you have to solve it now, so it always creates
Chaos.
unnecessary, like you will lose your focus and you won't be able to solve the problem. So makes sense. The last question, one thing that you like a lot about the IT field and one thing that you hate about it.
So one thing that I like is you cannot say that I know everything because there are plenty of things releasing every day. So you'll have
Mm-hmm.
to keep yourself up to date to get those the latest recent things that are available in the market. So that is
Mm-hmm.
good thing that you'll keep yourself up to date. There is always something to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I don't like is a work life balance, because people say that if you are working from home, you have a good work life balance, but it is not. We are working more than 12 to 15 hours every day.
Yeah, remote work is like a myth. It keeps you working like 24/7. At least if you are going to office, like it's restricted to like a few hours, like 8 or 9. So, but in the IT field, like you never get off. Like you always get a call at 2 a.m. in case something fits.
True. And
Makes sense.
specifically if you are working with startups, it's never
Mm-hmm.
10 to 7, 10 to 5 job.
Correct. Yeah, like my whole journey have been with startups only. Like Acquire.io was a startup, Middleware.io was a startup. But now after 5 years, like I have gotten habit. So in case even in future, if I go to any like MNC or something, like I will not. I don't think I'll be easily able to survive because like I want a kick. And also in the startup, like you get a lot of access to everything. Like you get to work with multiple places at once. Like with bigger companies, like your focus is pretty like written on the paper. Like this is what are your boundaries, and you have to work within that. So maybe a little boring, but maybe after few years of startup, when you need a bit of relaxation, maybe that's when MNCs helps you out.
True, I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we have come to the conclusion. Like I don't have any more questions for you, but anyways, like we can have another session sometime in the future in case something comes up. And if you put a new LinkedIn post which is intriguing and we want to know more about it, then we can definitely come back.
Sure, sounds good. Thanks,
Yeah,
Keval. I've had a
yeah,
really, really great time talking about probably everything that we have, that our lives are revolved around.